The meet and greet, y'all. Like, they were very gracious. They were very kind. Danny's smile is so infectious. She was like really engaged. Like, good for them, man. Because we actually, apparently an email went out about the meet and greet, and they said they wanted to start at 4 instead of like 5 or something like that. So we missed it initially, and they came back and re-met with the few of us that didn't get to see it. Like, it was just us, like myself and Freeze the Fall, and like 2 other kind of groups of people. And I'm imagining that they were pretty exhausted, y'all. Like, that Coca-Cola drive is horrifying. They had problems getting into Vancouver. They had problems getting to Kelowna. And like I said, they missed sound check. So I'm assuming they were exhausted and just like, yeah, Danny was all smiles. It was like really, really, really cool to see. All right, y'all. Let me know if you need anything. You can get my attention. You can at me or whatever. I hope everyone's having a great time at home. I hope y'all are keeping warm. It's snowy as hell here in Southern Alberta. It's not snowy as hell yet, I guess, but it is snowing. So I'm cold as fuck. It is what it is. Maybe the Linkin Park song was written about Danny. She's also kind of two-faced. There's footage of Danny, then there's Goofy Danny. Both are awesome. Show stage Danny and then Goofy Danny. Yeah, totally. I saw it was one of the fan groups posted. It was like being an introvert out in public. That was a good one. Let me move this down a little bit so we can get a little bit more this and Sweetheart Danny. Absolutely. Okay, let's do this. Heavy, man. This is a cool one. Bass tone is really nice. Back to my conversation about like saturation versus like compression, right? I feel like, again, the bass is fairly saturated, and I don't know, if that's what's causing the, like, call it lack of like sub frequencies in the bass, or if that was a conscious decision, because there's always this like dichotomy of, is the kick drum going to be the lowest thing, or is the bass guitar going to be the lowest thing? And in this one, the kick drum is like well below the bass, right? But it gives you that like punchy, clear, defined bass all the time, even like in your low mids, because like sub information you feel more than you actually hear, right? And this is like heavy focus on the guitar or the bass riff being clear, being concise, being in your face, and being supported by guitars, right? So I think they did a really good job of that, and I'm interested to see if that's like a consistent thing across the whole record. I almost should have caught myself up on the record again, but whatever. We got time. We got time. Great bass drop too. Nice harmonies there too. That was a nice addition for verse 2. I also can't get enough of the hi-hat groove that Pow's sitting in. I'm assuming she's doing 2 hands. So it's right, left, right? But she's got nice dynamics in the hi-hat. Like, she's emphasizing different spots. She's playing like lighter dynamics on different spots. It's nice. It's quite nice. quarter note. Nice. That's neat. Those wah pedals are neat, right? So depends on how you have it set it up, or those whammy pedals, I guess it would be. But like say down would be either off or down the octave, and all the way up would be up the octave. So then you get like wee 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 wee, like just wild, just wild. It was a sweet solo though, man. It had a lot of energy to it. I like that it was like bending out of tune almost here and there, and it just like makes you feel like on edge, like edge of your seat type thing, right? Nice, man. Yeah, it was a cool song. I like this one right out the gates. I like the they're filling space with like quarter note delays, and I'm a sucker for stuff like that, man. Like I would rather hear some ambience and some space filled rather than just like writing through the space, right? Like if you just write and write and write and write and write, and you don't give us any like negative space in the vocal, then it's just like it's so much sometimes, right? But if you have like such an intense vocal or like heavy sections like that, you don't want there to be too much dead space either. So having something fill that out like a quarter note delay was really nice. That's what I was snapping earlier. I was trying to see like where. So what I do, especially when I'm doing stuff live, I usually tap a table and I look to see where the word is that I want to delay, right? So if it's on the upbeat, if it's on the downbeat, and then I do my quarter notes in time with that so that like it aligns. So if the quarter note's on the downbeat or the delay's on the downbeat and the word is set on the upbeat, then it'll delay on the upbeat. And if you want something longer, then I'll tap at halftime and see if that gives me like the feel I need. So that's why like if you see me doing stuff on the table or like snapping just to the metronome, then I'm usually trying to count the delay. Dotted eighths and sixteenths fuck with me sometimes, but the dotted quarter notes I can sometimes catch. Sometimes. The negative space is great, and this whole album is extremely danceable. Bro, I would pay to see you dancing. I would pay to see you dance into this, especially to that guitar solo. Wee 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 wee. I just playing. Yeah, cool song, man. I like that one. I vibed with that one. The guitar solo was cool. It took me by surprise. Also, I was going to talk about that guitar tone that they have on the left side. That was gnarly sounding, wasn't it? It was almost like fuzzed more than like your typical distortion or your regular distortion. And when they all come in, it just sounds like a big wall of sound. And guitar tones are interesting, right? Guitar tones are interesting because like you have this amp with 4 12-inch speakers on it. It's just giving you hell, right? Like turning up the tubes, getting all the electricity flowing. In the studio, you can gun them because they're usually in like an isolated cab room. And but then you just put this little tiny microphone on it. 1 or 2 little tiny microphones on it, and you just capture like a bit of that. And that's the tone that you get. That's the recapture, right? So you kind of have to be tricky in how you find ways to fill out like the low mid and the high end and all that, right? It's interesting. It's interesting. Mark Tremonti has a really interesting guitar tone too. And there's some really cool breakdowns of that. It's like 3 or 4 amps as well. I know Danny does basically the same thing. Yeah, cool song. Definitely a cool song, man. Burnout. We're doing Burnout next. Here we go. Oh, I've heard this one. Great delay. Interesting, man. So I assume that live she's gonna play the ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. And like when I saw them, man, they didn't have that much tracks going on. There was a little bit here and there, but not a ton. So I'm curious how they're gonna do that section in the live. I would love to see it. Extreme, my friend. I appreciate that. That was my first time performing in probably 8 years. 8 years, maybe. It's been like a long time coming for that one, man. It was a lot of fun. And like I said, my reaction to it, man, like I know I didn't do perfect. I know I've like messed up some of the words. My voice cracked in 2 spots, but like just how much fun, y'all. And I was so excited to be able to give back to the Warning community in some way, shape, or form. Because like, you know, I could do reactions and it seems like y'all enjoy my reactions and I appreciate that. But there was, the idea came from the Discord. Someone said, I'd like to hear a male sing When I'm Alone. And I went, well, I could sing a Warning song maybe. And let me tell you, man, that was a lot of work. It was like nothing. It was no walk in the park. Let's say that. The bass and drum groove in the verses on this song is what hooked you immediately. Yeah, it's a vibe, man. And it's interesting because they're not following each other to a T. They like kind of play with each other a little bit, right? That makes sense. Thontor. That makes sense. So like an auxiliary snare drum usually serves of 1 or 2 purposes. One is like a pop, like a real thin kind of pop. The other one is like it's low and fat, right? And so it's kind of neat though. I like that. I like having the versatility of that, especially when you come back to your main snare and it's just like big and huge and crack and a punch in the face, right? So I vibe with that. just a burnout. I like those like modulated voices. So I like that they're playing with those, right? It's like super modern, very modern production style. So when you're recording vocals, when you're mixing vocals, one one main voice channel on its own is oftentimes not enough, right? There's usually, most people today are doing 4 channels for your main vocal. So when you hear like on Error, I know this for a fact. Like on Money, I watched it. I think we all watched the breakdown of Money being mixed, right? Four main voice channels. Like there's your main one that's really dynamic. There's like your distressor one or your smashed one, your parallel one. There's usually a really distorted one, and then like one that's modulated way down, like way, way, way down. And in that video, Ben Death laughs and he says, nobody can sing that low. But sometimes that's what it takes, right? So the main one that's a little bit more dynamic, like 4-to-1 or a serial compression, a couple compressors in a row, just taking a little bit off. That's just the one that like is going to guide you on the story. You can feel the dynamics change. There's perceived volume changes. The one beside that, the distressor, that one's just going to give you like the floor, like nothing can go below this. It's like in your face all the time. It gives you all the characteristics of your voice that you might get lost in the dynamic one. The distorted one's going to give you all your top end and your like clarity, and it's just bled in like barely there basically, but it gives you all the top end, the sizzly stuff. And then the low like demon voice on the bottom gives you the weight, like the 100 hertz weight in the vocal, right? Because like a lot of times you're doing a high pass roll off up to like 100 hertz, 150 hertz, maybe 215 I've even seen, but you still need that body at the bottom. Otherwise it just sounds like a thin vocal. So instead of gassing up a low end EQ, they start adding in like bass vocal basically, right? And it feels like they're playing with that. Like they actually gave us elements of that in that outro. Different placements of it. They might be like modulating it or pitch bending it around and stuff, but like it's fun. It's like ear candy that fits the song still, right? And it's like a fun addition to the organized chaos that was going on in this entire song, because that's kind of like my takeaway was like it was like organized chaos the whole time. That one had a video, didn't it? Otherwise, I don't know why I heard it already, but I feel like that one had a video. Sharks next, y'all. Yeah, very playful. It's fun though. Music, being an artist is supposed to be fun. So why not have fun with it? Even if you're like serious, like, you know, we've seen them enough on stage, either gone to the concerts or watched the lives. Like they take it really seriously. Doesn't mean you can't have fun with it though. Cast and call video. That's right. Okay, that's why. All right. This one went crazy live. Sharks is now your favorite song by The Warning. Hey, I bet you that wasn't an easy seat to fill or to snatch. You know what I mean? There's a lot of good songs. All right, let's do this, y'all. I'm ready. Come on, y'all. That was wild. That almost gave me like Linkin Park riff. Like that was heavy, like moshing heavy, man. Ugh. I gotta pause there. So they're doing a lot of playing with like the different sets with the drum kit. So Thontor says that the Pow's MIDI drum loop to start off. Yeah, okay. The rest of it feels like this one we just had here. It was like really like low and kind of boxy sounding. That to me felt like it was like a room mic or a microphone under a couch somewhere, or like hidden behind something or something. There was one earlier that sounded like a little bit more bright. Again, it could be like an overhead, it could be like a talkback mic left on. There's a whole bunch of them, but it feels like they're almost making like drum loops out of them. But that could just be like takes of Pow playing, and then they just took it from like this section and only put that part in here just to like give you some sort of percussion to fill in, right? But again, super clever, super clever. Let's open up this pit.
But you're keeping me close like an enemy. Help me now. How am I supposed to hide? Watch me drown. Ripped to shreds under the light. Sharks come circling, don't see anything. Wait for the teeth to bite you. Shut your mouth. You know they're bleeding you out.
It's a great riff, y'all. Great chorus, great riff, man. That was wild. That was wild. Yeah, I vibe with this one, y'all. I vibe with this one. Okay, so she plays during the main riff and the chorus. The rest is MIDI drums. Is that live, or is that like how they recorded it? Because in either instance, you still need something to feed the MIDI, right? So I'm assuming that either they made samples from what I was talking about, like the room mics or the overhead mics or whatever. They'd have different sections of it. And then they would upload that into the MIDI pad. And then you can play it back from there. So if it's like, you know, it's probably her kick mic or a room mic with just her kick playing, like when they're sound checking just the kick. And then they put that in square one, and then snare drum square two, and then hi-hats. And that way she can play it. But it's still samples that they made, right? Because like, how lame would it be to be like, oh yeah, she just played like a DW standard, like in the thing, right? Like that's different, and it probably wouldn't match the song the way you wanted to. So I'm going out on a limb here and assuming that those are samples that were made from the actual recording takes, put onto the pad, and let her play them, right? But like, why not? Why not? She's a dope drummer. May as well let her play. That was tough, man. That either fall off or that bend. Whoa, that was tough, man. That was a great little bridge section. You can hear the harmonies, the octaves on her guitar tone in there too. And the thing is with that, like low A is so friggin' low, right? I'm assuming that this is like also tuned or like played off the baritone originally. It's so low, like you need some definition. Back to the vocal conversation of having like 4 channels to make up your main vocal. Like you almost need those octave layers on the guitar to make parts like this stand out. And it makes it like more interesting and exciting too, right? Yeah. Oh, come on. The team? Energy, man. And I like the like switch between the like waiting for the teeth to bite. Like again, it's different, right? And it's fun. Like it's exciting. Why wouldn't you put something like that in there? A blast. Pau said she started composing the song using a MIDI keyboard and doing a demo with the drum loop and the bass synth. I don't know if the final product is the same loop, but that's where she started. As we see, that part is on the backing track when played live. Oh, okay, I got you. That makes sense. Especially like because they wrote most of this while they were still on the road, right? Anton made like a whole bunch of trips out to wherever they were like staying or whenever they would go home and they would like work on this. It's not like you can play a full-size drum kit on the tour bus or in the van. So like you should have a pad like this, put some stuff together. Why not? Come up with some grooves. Plus, like, how much more creative is that? Like, you know, you're adding restraints, right? If you can't play your actual drum kit just for like the time being, or like when you're practicing or when you're being creative, then like add something else in. Add a new instrument. Use the sounds off that instrument. Go for it, right? I like that. Hell You Call It Dream. I've listened to 1,000 million times. It's on my playlist. I listen to it every single day. So I'm just going to let this one buck. We can listen to it because obviously it's fun. I listen to Hell You Call It Dream often.
I've been invaded by the need to stay inside this cage. Day after day I'm hurting, but I choose to stay this way. Running out of things to say. Isn't it normal to love what we hate? Straining me out just the same. I'm in too deep. Give me something to believe. And it's how you call a dream. Colliding every time. The chaos drives me wild like an animal. Just wanna breathe. And it's how you call a dream.
I remember at the live show, man, those guitars come in there and it was just like took over the whole stadium, and it was so solid. It was such a solid mix that it didn't distract from the mix because bass and drums were still killing, but I could not believe how much louder that got. Oregon, what's up? We can start over now, eh? Hell You Call It Dream blew me away when I first saw it as a fan cam a year ago. Absolutely bet. I absolutely bet, man. This song goes crazy.
My vision's blurry as the pain keeps crawling up my skin. The pressure's building and I'm on the verge of caving in.
Great harmonies.
For the kill, if this can't break me to life, then what will suffering just for the thrill? I'm in too deep. Give me something to believe. And it's how you call a dream. Colliding every time. The chaos drives me wild like an animal. Just wanna breathe.
Same in this section.
Dream. Eyes always open in the dark.
It was so loud.
Been underwater right from the start. Rope is wearing thin. I can't take anymore. Give me something to believe. And it's how you call a dream. Colliding every time. The chaos drives me wild.
Come on, Danny.
Like an animal.
Come on, Danny.
Just wanna breathe.
It's your time. Let's go.
Maybe I don't wanna be.
My goodness. Yeah, man, that one's a killer. That one, That one and Now Sharks are like on my top list for this or for this record. I love that song, y'all. That high note that Danny hits is wild. I had never heard her singing like that. I heard her hitting some high notes, but that one just like really stands out. Really stands out to me. Actually, since you are here, you might want to react to their track-by-track videos for this album. Oh, okay. They are about 1 to 3 minutes and tell a bit of behind the scenes about each song. Killer. Yeah, I'm into that. I'm into that. I like that. If I get to that today will be another question. Only for the fact that I just got to fix something for my chickens. So where our chicken coop is about 65 feet away from the closest outlet. And when I paste under 50 feet. So I bought a 50-foot cable for like a multi-plug for their heated water dish and their heater, and it's too short. So I got to fix that before it gets too cold tonight. So that's my only other plans after this. So I might have to do that one as like a recorded thing, but I got time this afternoon. So we'll see. We'll see we'll see where my dad's at because he's supposed to help me with a couple of things out there too. I also had to build a new door for the chicken coop because right now I just put screws in it, but it's like a lot of work and taking the drill out in the cold and stuff. So I just want one that I can unlatch and open. So this is Farmer Jesse here. Farmer Jesse getting in the way of rock and roll Jesse. But we'll see where we get. I would be very interested in watching and or hearing those. So I like that. Okay, this is Consume. Let's do this. Oregon.
I do it regardless. It's a machine. I'm the one running it. Go through the motions, consume all devotion. You greedy little fucker. You sink your teeth and leave me on it for another. You're so for sorry, but you keep it undercover. Let's paint it apart and I'm on a garden. You willingly participate. You crack a smile and close your eyes and disassociate. Blaming the problem, but you know you're still a part of it. You hate that you're part of it. You're part of it. Watch me, touch me, pull the strings like you do. Love me, hate me, am I worth it to you? Shovel it down my throat, wash it down with remorse. Make me be perfect for you.
I think those are dotted corridors on that delay. This section kind of warped my brain a little bit. I want to hear it again. That was my next question. Was either like they're trying to do like a pop sensibility thing, or that was Pow with her like real clean vocal there doing the fast part. But I want to listen to it again. It was a little bit a lot for me.
You crack a smile and close your eyes and disassociate. Blaming the problem, but you know you're still a part of it. You hate that you're part of it, hate that you're part of it. Watch me, touch me, pull the strings like.
Nah, it's cool, man. It's cool. It's just like that was one of those moments. There was a lot to digest for a first listen, but it's cool. It matches the vibe. It gives it energy. I like what she's saying too, which is what I was listening to the second time. I didn't catch all of it, but the bits that I did catch, man, it was like on par. Like I fuck with it. I'm here for it. I was gonna say, and Danny on the lower vocal, it was either that or a modulation thing, but it did sound like Danny, so that would make sense.
Watch me, touch me, pull the strings like you do. Love me, hate me, am I worth it to you? Shovel it down my throat, wash it down with remorse. Make me be perfect for you. I can't put the finger at you anymore. I couldn't die as the martyr. Now I've become the green little fucker. Sink my teeth and beat you all in for another. Just up for starter, but I keep it undercover. Let's spin it apart and I'm on in a garden. I willingly participate. I crack a smile and close my eyes and disassociate. Blaming the problem, but I know I'm still a part of it. I hate that I'm part of it, hate that I'm part of it.
the like distortion on Danny's low vocal at the bottom. You hear how like present that makes it, and that's that whole like setup thing I was talking about. How that harmonic information, especially when you start compressing something or saturating something, it just stands out so much more and gives you so much more sibilance. Like you can follow Danny's vocal along that whole time, and sure, it's a solid mix, but if it didn't have that, it would probably be harder to pick out, or it'd sound more like it was just like an octave on Pow's vocal, right? I vibe with it. One thing I gotta say is like my favorite. Like if I had one little bit to describe as my favorite part of this entire record is every time they like come into a big drop, man, it's just a friggin' punch in the teeth, isn't it? Even if it's just like the first note in the chorus after like the verse has like a quick dead stop, even if it's just for like a quarter note or something, that first like big punch is always so nasty.
Participate. I crack a smile and close my eyes and disassociate. Living the problem, but I know I'm still a part of it. I hate that I'm part of it. Hate that I'm part of it. Watch me, touch me, pull the strings like you do. Love me, hate me. Am I worth it to you? Shoulder it down, my throat, wash it down with remorse. Make me be perfect for you. Watch me.
Man, I'm enjoying these like lead sections and like the fun they seem to be having with them. It's giving me like a little Jack White in a way, or like the Raconteurs a little way, something with Jack White influence. That's what's giving me a little bit. Nothing to do with the song, but I find it funny that Ali also is also the bass on the backing vocals. Totally. Really deep compared to her sisters. That was one thing I really enjoyed at the live show, was how prominent her vocals were. Like the 3-part harmony sections were so big and so loud. I wish they were like that on a lot of the studio or the live performances that we get like back on YouTube and stuff. I wish the vocals were as loud as they were at the lives, because they were so good.
Watch me, touch me, pull the strings like you do. Love me, hate me. Am I worth it to you? Shoulder it down, my throat, wash it down with remorse. Make me be perfect for you.
Well, Keep Me Fed shout out there too. Nice.
Make me be perfect for you. Make me be perfect for you. Make me be perfect for you.
That was a cool one. I think my favorite tones of the entire record are the toms. It could be some of my favorite tom sounds, y'all. Someone find Beto and yell at him for not making Ali's vocals louder on the... Yeah, seriously. Oh, Automatic Sun. This is also a banger, y'all. Absolute banger. I'm probably just going to let this one buck too, because I've heard it a billion times. I also listen to it probably daily. Has Beto been doing all the mixes for the live stuff? I had a source ask him for an interview, and he said he didn't want to do an interview for the videos. Yeah, okay. Well, Beto, right? Beto Ramos. If you watch these videos, bro, you gotta turn them vocals up. All right, man, let's rock out.
I'm high on the freedom, but somehow you still got me trapped.
so tough, man. I love her dynamics. I love like how she's singing this one, man. She's keeping it like almost gentle. Like it's almost like a quiet conversation. On top of this, just like badass riff, man, is great. Is absolutely great. Automatic Sun, isn't that the one I just watched yesterday? I believe that was the one I watched yesterday. My memory is not great. Yeah, that was the one I watched yesterday. Y'all went crazy with that one, man. How many views is that already? 3,600 in 24 hours. Not too bad, y'all. Not too bad. Not too bad, y'all.
In my mirror, reflect what I need. Oh, you're so out of reach, yeah. The way you hurt me's never enough. This addiction's hard to give up. If you want it all, then just take it. 'Cause you got me, you got me. Burning your automatic sun. Look what you're doing to me. Give me your psychosomatic love. Look what you're doing to me. Try not to think about it too much. The way the weight of everything's just an unavoidable headache.
Headache.
The way you hurt
Fire.
is never enough. This addiction's hard to give up. If you want it all, then just take it, take it, take it. Burning your automatic sun.
Fire.
Look what you're doing to me. Give me your psychosomatic love. Look what you're doing to me. Look what you're doing, doing. Look what you're doing, doing.
Let's go.
What you're doing to me. Yeah.
Boo, ba-doo. Gotta do it twice. Gotta do it twice. Yeah, the extended outro is tough. That outro is nasty, man. Same thing at the live show. It was so loud. It was so loud. That was a cool one, man. I've vibed with that song a lot. Where did my mouse go? What the hell is this? Al Phantasma 2. Is that like like a short film about it or something? Yeah, man. It's a tough record. It's a heavy record. I like a lot of the decisions that they made. When I saw them at Riot Fest, I felt Ali's bass more on Automatic Sun than any other song. Totally. I bet. It's got like it's really driving it, right? Especially like them quarter or them eighth notes. Dun, 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 dun. Like, yeah, that was a good one. That one's a banger of a tune, y'all. Yeah, the vocal deliveries are really cool, man. Like I said, I really appreciate the dynamics that they offered. If I could make any, like, I wish there was more Pow on it. I wish we got some more leads from Pow, but can't ask for everything, right? Always want something. But yeah, man, Danny sang her ass off on this. Really cool riffs. That Sharks riff was nasty. Lots of variety in it. I do like that, like, some sections were very, like, locked in and tight. I like that some sections of the record are like that organized chaos I was talking about. It was neat. It was a cool record, man. Glad I finally got to hear it all, because now I can actually, like, listen to it over and over and over again. I listen to Error, like, often for, like, selfish reasons. Mix placement stuff. Like I said, I'm a big, like, y'all know, y'all been following me for a little while. I'm a big Ben Death nerd, right? So I like to just try to figure out what he's up to all the time. And for that reason, I listen to, wow, and because the record's dope, but I listen to Error quite often. Quite often. So I'm excited to add this one to the list. I gotta start watching some more of the live performances too. She stepped up for Shark's vocal due to the complicated rhythms, but otherwise tried to lay off it during all the backing vocals of the live show and being exhausted. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. That's like one thing that I really appreciated about the record before, like the handoff moments that they had and that stuff. That's the only reason why I say that. Because I got like a big celebrity crush on Danny, so like she could sing all night long, man. She could sing the whole night. I'd be happy. You heard it here. Don't tell my wife. Just kidding. I'm just playing. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me today, though. Quick hour 15. Oh yeah, like she's singing on pretty much every song. I'm sure all three of them are singing on just about the whole song. It's just I would just like some more leads is all. That is just what it is. Yeah, I follow. I follow Thontor. Yeah, and Danny's been like developing as a vocalist too. Like the grit that she's got in her voice now, the fullness of it, y'all, is like like I feel like we watched that happen in real time with like all the drops that they've been giving us over like the last year or two. Like I feel like we could almost like watch the progression or like hear or see the progression of that happening. She went crazy with it. It's good to see though. So many people, especially when they work as much as like the Warning does, so many bands just kind of like fall into like one thing and just stay there, right? And they might get really good at it, but like to push themselves and to develop as much as they have been, it's really good to see. It shows that they're like all the hard work they're putting in isn't just for like discovery or just like touring just a tour. Like, you know, they're gonna build up like leather voices, and you may as well let that like guide your creativity instead of just like make the songs you sing easier, right? If that makes sense. What's it gonna do? Does anyone have any Twitch streamers online that they'd like to support? We could go jump into their streams.
We can't keep doing this.
Stacy RPG is online. She's got a ton of followers already. Totally Oregon. Totally. Does anyone have any Twitch streamers they'd like to raid into? I could jump us into Stacy's. It looks like she's taking requests. We could jump into Ren's too. Ren's got like 1,100 people in his thing, so. Can't talk in Ren's, yeah. Yeah, maybe we'll jump into Stacy RPGs here. She's usually listening to decent music. I think she's from Texas as well. Yeah, Stacy. Okay, I appreciate y'all being here, man. I appreciate all the love and support. Y'all been rocking with me for a long time with the Warning, and as I try to make clear my videos, like I'm here to support in any way I possibly can. Anything I can do for, I told Rudy this too, you know, like anything I can do for the band. I know it's just like little old me from Southern Alberta, but if there's any kind of support or clarity or explanation I can help folks try to connect with or appreciate the music more, then that's like what I'm here for. But I appreciate y'all taking time out of your afternoon to hang out with me, or your evening, those over the pond. Can't wait to catch y'all on the next one. I have another Warning video I want to get out this week too, so there'll be another one. Stacy RPG. And yeah, once again, man, I appreciate y'all. Take care of yourselves out there. Tag me in the Discord. I think I'm mixing the next Patreon cover. I think I'm supposed to mix that one. I'm looking forward to it. But anyways, bye for now. See you on the other side.
But so I will. I'm not going to tell you guys what I reacted to. Can I send a missile message? Hopefully not. Maybe not.